Hi guys, my name is Barsha and in this video I'm going to read out 1-star reviews of my current most favorite series, and it's, drum rolls please, Once Upon a Broken Heart by Stephanie Garber. I can't even show you the book right now because I loved it so much that I've given it to my sister so that she can read it and we can gush about it together. So I'll put the picture somewhere around here. Here I have the second and third book with me. The first one was Once Upon a Broken Heart. The second one is The Ballad of Never After, and the third and the last one of the series is A Curse for True Love. I loved it so much. This was my first time reading anything by Stephanie Garber, and honestly she did not disappoint at all. It was like so nice. The story was very well written, very simple, very captivating, and the world building was amazing. Okay, I was so immersed right from the first book till the last page of the entire series. It was amazing. I loved the experience. I loved everything about it, and that's why I want to read the other side of the perspective. I want to read 1-star reviews of the people who did not like the book, and I want to know why. Why don't you like such nice little stories? I want to know about that. I think it'll be nice if I just told you guys about the synopsis of the series, because then you can enjoy this video without feeling out of loop. So our main protagonist is Evangeline, and she's just a normal girl living a normal life. That's until her long-term boyfriend Luke announces that he is getting engaged to her stepsister Marisol. Now this was very shocking for Evangeline because Luke was someone who loved her so much, and she believes that maybe Luke is under a spell. Now she is adamant on stopping the wedding, and she needs help of a magical being for that. And that magical being is the Prince of Hearts, also known as Jax, our main male character. Now this is where things get interesting because Jax is a fate. Now fates are powerful, immortal demigods, and Jax is one of them. He is very ruthless, he is powerful, and he is also infamously known for having deathly kisses, and not like that. As in, his kisses literally, anyone that he kisses will die apart from his one true love. I'd like to emphasize on the one. Now moving on, Evangeline eventually finds him and makes a deal with him, which is very dangerous because he is someone that will make you pay for it no matter what. And there is no way for you to back out once you have finalized the deal. Now the wedding is stopped, but it comes with a huge cost, which I'll not discuss over here. And this is how Evangeline is roped into this beautiful magical world of fates and vampires, princesses, kingdoms. Moving forward, I love the first book because it's so well written, so nice, and I think if anyone is trying to get into fantasy, this will be the perfect book because although the world is vast and although the world is confusing, it's so simply written that you'll have no problem understanding it. I loved it so much that I'll give this book a solid 4.5 stars out of 5. The second book, The Ballad of Never After, is my personal favorite of the entire series because of how much Eva Jax content we get, and I'm a sucker for romance, so I love it. I found this book even more interesting than the first one because of the introduction of new characters and how the secrets are unfolding every now and then. It's very interesting. Okay, you just have to read the book to understand what I'm trying to say, but it's amazing. I give this book 5 out of 5. Now the third and the last book of the series, A Curse for True Love. I enjoyed the book, I liked it, but I felt like it was a bit rushed. It felt like it did not live up to the hype the first two books had built. A lot of strings were left untied, and I don't understand that because this was the last book of the series. So why do I still have so many unanswered questions? I give this book 3.5 out of 5 stars, which is still good, but I wish we could have had more. Now that's it with the reviews, and let's get into what we're here for, which is reading 1-star reviews of the series. I'm so excited. Let's get into it right away. Once Upon a Broken Heart has 4.6 stars out of 5, which is great. I think I'll have trouble finding 1-star reviews, or not. There are like 8,080 1-star reviews, and I'm really excited to go through them. Now Miss Phoebe says Jax was mid. No, he was not. I much preferred Apollo, to be honest. MF's gonna have to shake the fabric of space and time to get me off. Why would you say that? What? Eva says no, because what the fuck was that? How come you're not liking the story? I loved it so much. Glad that I'm getting to see so many perspectives of people, because now that I'm looking from a different light, maybe I agree with some of these. Honestly, Sophie says that I don't think Jack brushes his teeth. Why would you say that about Jax? Tasnia says, if Eva Jax has a million haters, I'm one of them. If they have 10 haters, then I'm one of them. If they have only one hater, then that is me. If OUABH has no haters, then that means I am dead. If the world loves OUABH, then I am against the world. What did they do to you, bro? But I respect your opinion, so moving on. Cindy has given 1 star to the book and she says this was terrible. Worst book I've ever read. Bro, ever? Are you sure? Need the sequel immediately. This is a really funny review. Paige says that naming a character Cutlass Nightlinger is an unpardonable offense and I will not be elaborating further. I kind of agree with this because why would you name someone Cutlass Nightlinger? Bro, look at this. Niharika Reed says, I wish I was illiterate. How could you say that? It's not even that bad, okay? Is it that bad? How come I liked it so much then? How come I loved it so much and most of you hated it? Okay, I agree with this one because Thea says not enough Jax. True, because why did I not get more of him even if he does not brush his teeth? I agree with you, Thea. Miss Lissy says this book really is a fever dream and I don't mean that as a compliment. Rude. I think I've read enough 1-star reviews of the first book. Now let's move on to the next one, The Ballad of Never After. I'm really excited for that one as well. This book has even more ratings than the first one. It has 4.49 stars and that is great. How many 1-star reviews are there? Let me check. Only 1400. So Miss Mogi says this book would have been much better if Evangeline had stayed a stone statue. Bro, no. Okay, Karthik here says, I loved every single second of this poorly crafted, badly paced, plot-hole-ridden piece of shit novel with some of the stupidest characters ever written, whom I would absolutely die for. I agree with the last part, yes. Go Karthik. And I'm saying that fool me twice, shame on me. Bro, that's so funny. Cindy has written that, terrible as expected Stephanie Garber, you will never be loved. Why would you say that? I think this is it for the second book because the reviews are not that interesting, but what are going to be interesting is the reviews of the last book. I am really excited because I myself have some criticisms and I want to see if other people have mentioned that. So let's just get into it. The ratings of the third book, A Curse for True Love, is 4.16 and honestly it's so much more than I expected. I expected it to be around 3 to 3.5 stars, but let's see what people have to say. This is the first one and I agree with it. So Ankita says, changing my rating after analysis, the whole series went down for me as well. Highly disappointing, hated how so many plots were not explored, very rushed at the end and exceptionally boring in the beginning. I had a lot of expectations, but wasn't this a concluding book? Why were different plots not explored? I felt like so much was missing and was rushed into a happy ending. If this was a conclusion for a trilogy, it wasn't done right according to me. There was not one thing I loved about this book, not even the chemistry between the characters. I partially agree with what she has to say because there were a lot of plots that went unexplored. There were so many things that, as I said earlier, the questions that I still have unanswered. Alexa Burns says, no, this isn't what we wanted, Stephanie Garber. And I agree because I wanted so much OUABH and all we got in the last book was Apollo. I hated that character. I did not want to see him. I did not want to read about him. I did not want to read his POVs. Mridula says 1.5 out of 5 stars because at least Evangeline's pink hair wasn't the main focus. Shaking my head. Yeah, there was so much emphasis on Evangeline's pink hair. At some point I was like, okay, we already know she has pink hair and she is blah blah blah, which I'm not going to mention here because it's a spoiler, but yeah, there was just too much going on with the pink hair. We get it, she's different. Maddie says, I finished this book and actually forgot everything I just read. Burn it. Which I think I can relate because this has happened to me with some of the books, but this one was not it. So this one says, the amount of times I cringed and had to put the book down is unreal. I did not cringe. I'll never cringe at you, Jax. I love you. Tanisha says that I could have, would have, should have DNF'd. I think this is it for the video. I read so many 1-star reviews and I enjoyed it so much. Actually, I might start doing this for other books as well in the future. So let me know in the comments. I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.